First of all, I just wanted to welcome everybody. Thank you all for coming in. And just like what Dr. Snowden was saying, I love doing this. This is really something that I'm very passionate about, and I don't mind coming in from San Diego last night to make it here in the morning with you guys to go ahead and help you learn more about college, because this is very dear to me. My daughter as well, she's a 17-year-old senior right now. She's going through the same exact process that you guys are going through right now. So yes, this is definitely my passion. I'm glad to be here with you guys to help you learn about researching colleges today. This is what I'll be going over with you all. So just to get started, does anybody have any pre-questions, right to start off right off the bat? Anything else, just moving forward through the day? Anything? All right, let's go ahead and get started. So again, researching colleges. What we're going to be going over today is talking about the differences between private colleges and public colleges. We're also going to be going over to-dos before enrolling in a private college, researching colleges, looking at red flags. So red flags basically meaning what to look out for when you are enrolling in colleges. I don't know if you guys remember in the presentation before this, the reason why OSAR was even created is because those private colleges, those major private colleges from Corinthian colleges, shut down and affected 57,000 students only within the state of California. 57,000 students were affected by those school closures, even more so outside of California, but 57,000 of those students were in California. And also, I'll give you student resources. All right, so the differences between private colleges and public colleges. So private colleges, they are typically owned by an individual, partnership, corporation, or limited liability partnership. So basically what that means is that they are funded, they are businesses, right? These are funded by actual money that's provided, that's paid for by students, okay? So that's a really big difference, is that private colleges are paid for by how many students are attending that college, all right? They rely heavily on tuition and private funding. So basically there's, basically private money coming from other people's pockets, from other businesses. That's what funds private colleges. They have a variety of programs and structures. They also often offer shorter programs customized for working adults. So these colleges are really good for adults that are working from 8 to 5 and just can't find another college that would basically would complement their working schedule, right? So they would take these classes at private colleges after their work schedule, okay? And they also, one thing to keep in mind is that credits are not guaranteed to transfer to most colleges. When you are attending a private college, they are typically made specifically for that college. So if you were to try to transfer over to a UC or even to another private college, you would have a difficult time transferring those credits. Okay, so that's a really big thing to consider if you are planning on attending a private college. All right, so as far as public colleges go, these are publicly funded. What that means is that taxpayers taxpayers are the ones that are paying for these programs in public colleges. What does that mean? Is that basically it means that your college would actually has more stability, right? Because who else, how many people are taxpayers, right? In the state of California, there's a lot of us. So it means that there is a lot more stability there. And they also typically charge lower tuition. There are various types. So again, we have universities, 2-year community colleges, and they also provide academic programs and degrees. They also, one thing to keep in mind with public colleges is that they have competitive admissions and they are impacted programs. What that means is that they are very competitive, meaning it's hard to get into. So the earlier you start, the easier it is, right? And I'll also go over some tips on how to get your best foot forward to getting into public colleges as well. They are also recently started to offer more online and hybrid programs as well. We understand that private colleges did come out with those years before, but public colleges are actually starting to adopt those as well. Okay? Any questions about this slide at all? The differences between the two? All right. And these are the to-dos before enrolling in a college. First and foremost, ask your counselor or teacher how to find college fairs in your area, right? Just like this one, right? There's plenty that our office is actually throwing. You can visit our website. I know Intercom has thrown, probably like 2 or 3 within the last few weeks or so. But yeah, just talk to your counselors and to your teachers to find these college fairs and interview them, right? You want to find out if this is the perfect match for you, all right? And then, this one's really important right here, is submit your FAFSA, which is the free application for financial aid, and it starts on October 1st. Because with FAFSA, of course it goes over your student loans, whatever is available to you, but it also goes over grants, right? What are grants? Grants is basically free money that you don't have to pay back. The special thing about grants is that they are on a first come, first served basis. So you definitely want to be one of those first people applying for these grants so that you have a better opportunity of getting approved for them. You definitely don't want to wait until they are all expired, until everybody else has already applied, okay? So that's like my number one recommendation for you guys. I'm telling my daughter, so I'm telling her, hey, once it is 12 o'clock, in 12 o'clock a.m. on October 1st, we're going to be on that computer. I'm going to be fighting over grants with you guys. All right. Okay, next thing, make sure that you're taking your SATs and ACTs multiple times to obtain the best super score. Anybody here familiar with what a super score is? Yeah, a little bit?
What?
Super score. Yes. So what that means is you have the ability to take the SATs and the SATs multiple times, right? With Cal State programs, Cal State institutions, you are allowed to take whatever is the best score out of those tests that you take. Most of the time it's about 3, but you have the option to take advantage of the best score out of all 3. Universities, unfortunately, don't accept super scores, but you definitely want to still take the time to practice as much as possible so that you can qualify for a super score. All right? And personality tests. This is really important, like what Dr. Snowden and my boss, Scott Valverde, talked about earlier. Really, this part is about chasing your dreams, right? So these right here, Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, Disc Behavior Inventory. There's a lot of online personality tests that help you kind of focus on what you're interested in. Just like what Dr. Snowden said. He was interested in TV, video games, and movies, right? I was the same type too. But definitely this is something that you can take advantage of so that you can narrow in on what you are interested in. And just also to keep in mind, what you're interested in right now may not be the same thing that you're interested in 3-5 years later on. We are all here to learn, right? And just like what Dr. Snowden said, be a constant learner. And just to go over, you guys have this in your presentations as well. These are the fall 2009 test dates for SATs and when to register them by. All right, any questions about this? It's pretty straightforward, right? Okay, all right. And another thing to do is to create a strategy, making a list. You want to go ahead and take a look at, so this is directly from the PrincetonReview.com. So you want to go ahead and create a list of 2 to 4 reach schools. What that means is that it's a college where your academic credentials fall in the lower end, even below the school's average range for the cohort of students accepted the previous year. So these are just basically reach schools, your dream schools, right? And this all really just depends on your academics. But at least put them on a list so that you have something that you can strive for. There's the best way that Wayne Gretzky even says, he was a former hockey player, is the worst shots that I ever made were never even attempted. It's kind of it is in that way, but definitely you want to go ahead and go for those reach schools. So on top of that list, you want to create a list of 4 to 6 target schools. So this is where your academic credentials, your grades, SAT or ACT scores, and class rank, where they fall well within the school's average range for the most recently accepted class. So these are the ones that are definitely something that you have a better chance of getting at, right? And then 2 to 4 likely schools where your academic credentials exceed the school's range for the average first-year student, okay? So just go ahead and take a list of different schools as you're researching them. These are the college application deadlines. You guys have copies of them here. So for UCs, apply between November 1st and through the 30th only, and you can only apply online right here. So online applications are accepted, no paper applications. And then for Cal State, you have the ability to apply on October 1st through November 30th for fall admission, and then August 1st to 31st for the spring admission. And then this is also the website and where to apply as well. Okay? You have that resource. And these are college application deadlines for private colleges. So these vary from college to college. You just got to take a look at their website, whichever one that you're interested in, and find out individually when their deadlines are. And they also typically recommend, typically require one letter from the counselor and 1 to 2 letters from teachers as well. Okay, letters of recommendation. And then for community colleges, the same thing. Deadlines vary from college to college. We have Sacramento City College and American River College locally, just in case if you are looking locally. All right, so differences in tuition cost per academic year for 2019 to 2020. So we have local California Community College. It's $46 per unit. And if you were to multiply that by 12 units, which is a full-time student, this comes out to $552 per semester. So definitely something to calculate and to think about, right? So multiply that by 2 semesters. That would come out to $1,104 per academic year. All right, it's expensive. And local California State University, we have average of about $57.42, even more expensive, right? And then local universities for UCs, they come out to roughly around $11,442 per academic year. And then local private colleges, we have seen some that come out to $34,200. Okay, so definitely something to consider. All right, and another way to research college is to visit the college's website and schedule a guided or group tour. We highly, highly recommend these. You definitely want to know if this is a campus that you would actually even enjoy. You know, some campuses are not very open if you like that type of style, right? Some campuses are, right? Where there may be too much going on for you. So it really just depends on your own personality. And again, you guys as students, you guys are the customers. If you can really think about it that way, you guys are the customers. You guys are the ones that are paying to go to these colleges. So with all the hard-earned money that you will be using to pay off the loans, or if you're using parents' help to pay for your college, you are the customer. They need to adapt to whatever your needs are, right? So just consider that in your mind. Just really think about that they should, the school that you're going to should earn your money, all right? Not the other way around. Talk to potential employers. This is also something for those that do know what you are looking to do later on in the future, maybe a nurse, maybe a doctor, call up Kaiser, talk to their HR department, and ask them, hey, is a degree from UC Davis worth anything to you guys? It's as simple as that. It's not rude. It's really you doing your research about how they're going to accept you later on in the future. Okay? And check online reviews. You want to go ahead and take a look at Better Business Bureau's website. How good are they rated? You also have Yelp. Who here has used Yelp before? Most of us, right? So see how they're rated over there too. Another website that I haven't used myself is studentreview.com. I heard that's a really good one. And also Rate My Professor. So again, there's a lot of good feedback that students like yourselves use on these websites to go ahead and rate their school and their professors as well. Any questions about that? Good? All right, and so for researching private colleges, again, our office is under the Bureau for Private Post-Secondary Education. This website actually provides the college's status, the approval status within the state of California. So if you're interested in a private college in the state of California, the first thing you kind of want to do is make sure that they are approved by the state of California. And you can do that by visiting bppe.ca.gov, okay? So just to give you a heads up, there are actually a lot of colleges, not so much out here, but in Southern California, there are plenty of colleges out there that are operating illegally. And we are doing our best to try to crack down on them, but we are only staffed so much. But definitely, do some research by going to our website to verify if the college you're interested in is approved, okay? You can also uncover on that website any citations and compliance inspections as well. So if there's any compliance that the school has been in compliant with, you can go ahead and take a look at our website and verify that there as well, okay? Next one is to visit the California College Guidance Initiative website to research comparable programs offered in California colleges. So with this website, it allows you to do a compare and contrast right then and there on one screen. Very useful tool for you to use so that you can compare right there, right in front of your face and have it easily accessible. Check with the school's performance fact sheet to get a sense of graduation and job placement job placement rates. Every private college in the state of California is required to show their placement rates. So definitely, you're interested in, okay, how many people are graduating from these programs, right? That's a really important thing to know. How many students are actually getting employment right after attending this school? And that's what a school performance fact sheet is. It'll show you all those details straight off of the website. It should be easily accessible. If not, type it in their search tool on their website so you can get and pull that up. If it's not on their website, that's when you want to contact us, or you can contact BPPE to find out a little bit more, because they are required to have that. And we could actually cite them for not having it there, okay? Verify the school's accreditation status from their accreditor, all right? And you can use this website right here just to verify if they are an accredited institution in the state of California, all right? So basically with accreditation is that accredited private colleges are the ones that are allowed to hand out degrees, okay? If you need more information on that, you could always give us a call. All right, red flags. Okay, this is really important. A lot of stuff that you need to look out for. Just to remember, like I was saying earlier, you guys are the customers. Colleges are out here to basically work hard for your money, right? Since you worked hard for your money, they need to work hard for yours in return by giving you the college that you're paying for, okay? So something to look out for is if the school does not have a school catalog or an enrollment agreement. So if there's no document showing them what kind of programs that the school is offering, there's a really big red flag there. If they're just accepting students, hey, enroll here, sign the document, but you don't really know what they're offering, that's a huge red flag. If they're not approved by BPPE, if they're not on their website as a listed approved school in the state of California, another red flag. High pressure sales pitch. This is what those three colleges from Corinthian colleges were doing with a lot of their with a lot of their students. Is that they're offering, they're basically giving false promises, right? Letting students know, hey, if you go to our college, you'll for sure get a job over here. You'll for sure be getting a job as a criminal justice lawyer. So definitely take a look at those. And again, if you're feeling high pressure, just make sure that you're stopping everything you're doing, because it does feel uncomfortable, right? It does feel uncomfortable when somebody's just trying to get you to sign the document. So you can always, again, give us a call, and we can look into that for you as well. And then another red flag would be if the school only accepts cash as a payment, okay? If they're not providing any documents like a receipt, it's a really huge flag. That kind of applies to a lot of things, not just schools, but if it's a really big commitment and they're only accepting cash as payment, that's something to look at. All right? And if there are no students at the college during your visit, if it's during the time when class is supposed to be scheduled, right? So believe it or not, we go out to schools and are investigating them, right? From time to time. we get confused as to why there's no students at these schools, or why coincidentally the superintendent would tell us, oh, they're on a field trip, right? We investigate them. Months later, they typically get shut down because they don't have any funds to pay for their school. Whole nother area that we can talk about later on. If they have bad reviews, right? Like we were showing you earlier, bad Yelp reviews, bad Better Business Bureau reviews. Take a look at those as well. Also, unwillingness or inability to answer your questions. If they're deflecting any questions, that's a really big sign that there's a red flag there, right? Again, this doesn't apply only to schools, but this definitely applies to if you're looking into committing to a school. So, loss of accreditation, like that website I showed you earlier. If the school lost their accreditation, you want to find out why. Was it because that they didn't have enough students? Were they violating any of their requirements as an accreditor? Insufficient accommodations for all students. If they don't have any resources, right, for maybe any disabilities, if there's any anything that's if you just get a suspect feeling that they can't accommodate to everybody, that should be a red flag for you. All right, and this is, you guys have a copy of this. This is a list of all the student resources that we have available to you. Again, top one, BPPE, goes over all the approved schools in the state of California. Our website right under that, U.S. Department of Education. We have the database of accredited post-secondary education institutions. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And this is a really good one right here. You might want to highlight that or circle it. Who do you want to be? Right, .com. So this, again, is one of those personality tests to let you know what would fit your interests. All right? And then we also have the Student Success Initiative, where you can compare and contrast all of your colleges that you're interested in as well. Good? All right. So right here is my contact information. Again, my name is Eric Hernandez. You can email me here, and you can follow us on social media as well. Thank you all for coming.